Oh, I can see the finish line of my first 100k. Oh, here we go. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Cheers, mate. Done. That was amazing. What a year. It's safe to say that 2022 has been my best year of running ever. I've run more than ever, I've run further than ever, and I've run faster than ever. And I've ticked off some massive milestones. So ran my first 50 miler, the South Downs Way, back in April, and then followed that up with the Serpent Trail 100k, which was like one of those dream races where I just kept going faster and faster towards the end, and ran my fastest 10k section. Was the last 10k block of that race, so had like an absolute dream day. I then had the Chiltern Wonderland 50, which unfortunately didn't happen because I got COVID literally like 2 days before the race. But then I joined the running club in Winchester and switched my focus to shorter distances, and since then my fitness has just improved massively, and I've run PBs in the mile, the 10k and the half marathon. And I've run over 4,600 kilometers this year. My previous best was 4,000 kilometers, and that was in 2020 when, because of COVID, we had nothing else to do. So yeah, I mean, this has been, you know, a normal year where I've been working full time, going into the office and still managing to do that amount of distance. So yeah, really happy with that. And I'm going to put on my math tests on the screen because I think that's the best way to show how my fitness has improved throughout the year. So every month I've done an 8k run at my math heart rate, which is 150, and I've just kept my heart rate at that level and measured how fast I'm running. And so you can see my average pace each month and how it's improved. So after a really good start in February and March, I got slightly injured and my fitness slightly dropped in the lead up to the South Downs Way 50. And then throughout the summer, because I was training for the ultras, my fitness level kind of stabilized. But then since I joined the running club in July, my math pace has just consistently improved month on month, and to the point now where it's by far the best it's ever been. And so I mentioned in my previous video that I really think that those high intensity sessions that I've been doing with the club have been the reason for that improvement. And when I started this year, I'd really struggled to break a PB. You know, it'd been something like 2 years since I'd run a PB, and now it feels like roughly every month I'm running a new PB. So what's next? What are my ambitions for the next year? Well, the big one, and this is something that I've wanted to do for, you know, 5-6 years now, pretty much since I started running, and that's run my first 100 miler. And I've signed up to the South Downs Way 100, and that is by far #1 goal of this year, is to get to that race healthy and run it well. And that race scares the hell out of me. You know, the prospect of running for 24 hours, okay, fine. Actually, it's the running through fields at night and having to deal with like potentially like livestock on the route. Yeah, not looking forward to that. But yeah, that's one of those events where I'm just, yeah, I'm very excited about it, but I'm also absolutely terrified. So that's #1. So second one, I'd want to have more adventures with my running. I know it's something I mentioned when I first started making these videos, that I want to go out and have adventures with my running, and that's a big reason of why I wanted to start making films about my running. And I do feel like whilst I'm doing these big ultra marathons, I haven't done many adventures where I'm just going out on my own running. And I think part of that over the last few months has been really down to when I was in Spain and I got chased by a big farm dog. It's kind of put me off going out running and exploring in the countryside, something that I'm slowly getting over, and I think, you know, that's a big goal for the next year, is to get back out running, going and running new places and exploring. One thing I want to do is kind of like a 2-day running trip where I just on my own, doing a bit of fast packing with a tent in the backpack, and just go out and run like back-to-back ultras, do like 50k, camp somewhere, and then run 50k the next day. That's just something that I would absolutely love to do. So that's something that I want to do this year. And I want to spend more time with cameras in my hand. I want to get better at documenting, whether that's photography or filmmaking. You know, I've got 3 cameras. I've got the GoPro, the Canon, which I'm shooting on now, and the Fuji up there, and I just want to get better at it. And some of it I'll share on this channel, you know, documenting my running journey, but some of it just for myself is just something that I want to do more of, spend more time with a camera in my hand. And then I've got some running PB goals, some things that I would love to do that all kind of feel like they're on the verge. So sub 3 hour marathon still feels quite far off, but it's still a goal of mine, so whether it'll happen this year or not, we'll see. I'd like to run a 90-minute half marathon. That one feels really close, especially after running 90 minutes and 28 seconds at Gosport, so keep pushing for that one. I'd love to run a sub 40-minute 10k and a sub 19-minute 5k. You know, those are kind of things that have all been on the radar this year. The marathon and the 5k, it's been a long time since I tried to run either of those at race pace, so yeah, maybe that's due. Obviously I've got the marathon in February. The 5k I'll probably do a time trial. It's on the to-do list, but I just haven't got around to doing it yet. But yeah, I want to do get some more PBs. I want to continue building on this progress that I've made in the last 6 months or so. And in terms of my training, there's 2 kind of big goals. One is building up strength and conditioning as part of my everyday running routine. I am slowly starting to get there, so the last 15 days I've built up a habit of doing it every day, but I just want it to be part of my daily routine, or at least part of my weekly training structure for this year. And then diet is something that I've really quite neglected over the last year, I'd say. I wouldn't say I've got a bad diet, but I think there's improvements that I can get from that. So I want to get much more into tracking what I'm eating and making sure that I'm getting enough good fuel and I'm not relying on bad junk foods to make up the calories when my energy levels are low. So yeah, that's another big one for this year. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next year. I think there's some exciting things coming up. I mean, the 100 miler is the big one. That's something that if I can do it, I'll be so happy. And I don't know if I'll enjoy it. That's the big thing about 100 miler. It's kind of do one, see if I enjoy it, and if I do, then I'll do more. But if not, you know, I love running like 50Ks and 50 milers, but the 100 miler, it's another beast. You know, running through the night and completely destroying yourself. So yeah, we'll see. We'll try it, and yeah, hopefully I'll love it and I'll do many more. Well, yeah, let me know what your big goals are, what your big plans are for the next year. But yeah, cheers for watching. All right, bye.